How to treat people with AIDS properly. We seem to be quite happy and satisfied with everything we have and keep developing and wanting more. We feel safe on one side of a barricade that we've built up between us and those poor people who suffer from the most severe malady, the plague of the 21st century. It is quite obvious that we divide our world on us and them. While we feel quite happy and live our lives to the fullest, they constantly suffer from prosecution, problems with arranging a life and finding friendly faces in the crowd. Nobody seems to know where the plague came from. The information provided is taken from a sample term paper that gave some additional light onto the problem. Another piece was taken from a custom research paper of those who were infected. AIDS appeared on African continent as a result of a bad experiment. Peoples of Africa were suffering from a complicated form of malaria and a group of European scientists was sent to help with the vaccination. This group was to find a vaccine from malaria and test it. In the vaccine they used ape tissues and tested. The vaccine mutated and turned into a very serious problem. Now AIDS is a very spread disease. There is no country in the world that doesn't have this problem. Some say that it is a terrible curse given to people for not living an honorable life. Indeed, humans are guilty in spreading this plague all over the world. As we know, AIDS is not spread by slight contact, only through blood transfusion, sexual contact or injection made by an infected syringe. After several cases of infection through using infected tools and transfusion of infected blood, now all these things are tested and checked for AIDS. The possibility to get it is minimal. The only way is by sexual contact and using not sterilized syringes to make intravenous injections. That means that intravenous drug addicts are quite vulnerable to AIDS, and most of them are the carriers. People who don't protect themselves before sexual interference can also be victims. Now the carriers of the virus are separated by an invisible wall that limits their freedom of action. On the 1st of January we celebrate the Day of Struggle Against AIDS. But it should be better called the Day of Struggle Against People Who Have AIDS. They really feel themselves as outsiders and there is still nothing done to improve the situation. It doesn't necessarily mean that people who have AIDS are in the gutter of the society. Some of the virus carriers are quite respectable and stand pretty high on the social ladder. What we lack now is information. One cannot be infected by communication, handshaking, having fun together with a virus carrier. They are also people with various interests and ambitious. Not the malady, but we ourselves prevent them from developing. So, let's treat them as usual members of society and help them to overcome their fears.